Hi, I've been joined today by Murray Ferguson, who is a director at Cairngorms National Park Authority, Director of Planning and Rural Development. Hi, Murray.
Hello there.
Now, this is obviously an ongoing conversation we've been having about Smart Village and helping you nurture a network of smart villages across Cairngorms National Park. I was wondering, could you tell me or tell those listening what the benefits you're hoping to achieve from this are?
Well, we're managing a big national park. It's quite a substantial area, comprising about 6% of the landmass of Scotland, and there's 18,000 people live in the park, and the whole sense of people collaborating at various scales is absolutely fundamental to trying to get the management of this place right. So what we're hoping is that if we develop a network of smart villages, very much led by the people in the communities themselves, that will be a further stimulus to help them collaborate and do good things on the ground. Now those good things might vary in each individual community, but that it seems to be that a smart village type approach will still set us up fairly well for that.
Yeah, no, you made two really good points there. And firstly, I mean, you would have given those statistics a number of times. I wasn't aware how large a percentage that made up of the Scottish footprint, if you like, but with quite a small population at the same time, which that's what rural life in rural Scotland's all about, isn't it?
It's a small population, but of course we've got a big visitor economy, and that's one of the challenges that the communities are normally facing. I mean, we're in exceptional times at the moment, but the population and the pressure put on the services in the communities can really be very substantially up because of the number of visitors who are passing through the area. And that in itself means that the people running the businesses, running the services, running the shops, living there, all need to be working well together to service the tourism economy. I mean, now we're at a time with the COVID-19 emergency. The tourism's effectively shut down. There's nobody visiting the park except for local people, and visitors are businesses have been told to shut. So, but we're very keen to progress this work now because we think that also will help us with recovery activity.
Totally agree, and that's what we are busy doing just now, working for that recovery phase. It's ironic that we know that if this had been in place, it would have helped with communication and so on. But we are where we are. You mentioned it again there about the businesses working together, and we know that collaboration is absolutely key. Probably more so in the rural environment, and it's an absolute fundamental of smart village project. And then the other good point that you made was that this is grassroots, that it's really very much designed around the needs on the ground. So it's not prescriptive. As you say, it's not for us to parachute in and say, this is what you have to do here, because there must be a great variety of communities within the national park.
Yes, that's right. I mean, we've identified 3 communities that we think would be suitable sort of for pilots, and we've had discussions with each of them. But the issues, in the Badenoch area, which is we're going to treat as one community, so that's settlements like Newtonmore, Coonusie, Lag and Dolwhinnie. That's quite a remote part of the park. It's at risk of being bypassed by the A9, especially as the A9's getting developed even further at the moment. But we've got project work going on there to try and get more out of the tourism economy by using heritage attractions. So I think a focus there is likely to be, depending on what local people say, around about tourism management, etc. In Granton, which is one of the other communities we're considering, the dynamic there is it is about tourism, but there's some real issues there to do with high street and high street viability, and how you get the accommodation sector to work well with the small shops. And then across in Deeside, we've got a discussion going on with Ballater and Braemar that I think is more likely to focus on rural transport issues. So the dynamic in each of the three communities is quite different. The issues they'll want to address is quite different. But I do think it'll help to have that focal point on a set of issues, just to give it a bit more direction than just the generality of, let's all work together and use digital mechanisms to help us do that. I think a little bit of thematic focus will probably help us.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. And the next point I wanted to move on to were the challenges and the difference of challenges, but you've actually laid them out there exactly, and whether that's around the specific geography or the transport communication links. There's big themes, as you say, but I'm really looking forward to getting on the ground and understanding those challenges in those different areas that you talk about, and get the team engaged in that and starting to work on it.
Sure.
So, as you mentioned, we live in a challenging time just now, and I think we're all looking at how we work and how we can work in the future. Again, not wanting to be too prescriptive, but how do you think this could possibly evolve, or maybe even change the way we work as we have been up till now?
Well, I think there's no doubt that people have seen how much work you can do online. It's remarkable, really, the degree to which the digital technology has been able to withstand what is a huge upsurge in activity. But for rural areas, many people will be conscious that there's vastly variable speeds of download and upload, and not everyone's got access to all the same devices on their desk as everyone else. So we'll want to keep an eye on that. I think the other thing the crisis has helped us see more clearly is that in each local community, there's a range of different organisations, each doing their own thing, whether it's the church or the community council or the business association. But in order to get the right activity happening in each area, those organisations have to play to their strengths and work well together. So I'm pretty optimistic that a lot of what we've been through in the last few weeks, there will be very valuable lessons in, and that will help us move forward.
Yep, no, positive words, and I think we're all with you on that one. Interestingly, the two elements that you touched on there are one of our 6 areas of services, and we call it connectivity or connectedness. So it's combining that digital connectivity, which we know is still a challenge, but also that social capital, so how people and associations are connected to one another, and then trying to bring the two together. And then we believe then that you've really got something where you can move forward. So
that's good. No, we've done a lot of work with third sector interface bodies like Voluntary Action Badenoch and Strathspey, or the Mar Area Partnership, and others, to help people think proactively about community priorities. So all of the communities in the park have been through a community action planning process, and they've got they've gone through a process where all the good ideas are considered, but then sifted into a kind of collected set of, right, this is the things we really want to focus on for the next few years. And that's been a really positive exercise, because it allows it avoids the tendency for the people behind the individual good ideas going off to different funders and all trying to deliver too wide a range of things all at one time. So again, I would hope the Smart Village project can help take us on to the next stage with that kind of work.
That sounds excellent, and to be honest, we might try and capture some of that as a best practice example, because it sounds really good, and we might be able to take that across the country. Listen, I don't want to take up too much of your time just now. I really appreciate coming on the call to share some of your ideas and thinking with us. Maybe we could do another call in a few months' time just to see how you're getting on.
Sure, indeed. No, and perhaps involve some people at community level so we can hear firsthand from them. But no, very, very much looking forward to it. Yeah.
Good idea. Okay, thanks a lot, Murray.